Oh, hi, it's Opie and PanAnning. Welcome you back to Let's Play Aviary Attorney.
Yeah, it's time to head for the Palais de Justice to do their first trial here.
Alright, let's go. Falcon and Sparrow's son stand outside the marble portico of the Palais de
Palais de
Justice.
Justice.
They're awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. I'm not good at my French. All I know is omelette du fromage.
Are you nervous, Falcon?
Uh, nope. Not at all. Nope. We got this case in a bag. Look at my feathers, see? Totally unruffled.
Wow. Well, at least one of us is feeling confident.
Oh,
Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson. Is there anything you need me to do?
no, we gotta handle things.
Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Let's do this. Oh, what the hell?
Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here?
JJ Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Rupert Rubbington, present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Darn, that's not it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Ah, I knew it.
Do what?
Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes.
Oh, was he smart?
No, he always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exam on the luck of his two rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag.
That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest?
I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate.
I knew it.
Ah, here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? All present and uncounted for, Your Honor.
Wow, that's like, let's look at that jury. Very fancy.
Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, those two birds with the funny hats are assures the associate justice.
Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Catherine Demiao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerty, to the witness stand. Inspector Volerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Volerty. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I break the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officer, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. And perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival? Absolutely.
before we continue on, let me just yeah.
Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rogueuil.
That is too low. Shit, motherfucker. Okay, but it's alright.
At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Catherine de Miao. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and short case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor.
Bloody paws. Nobody told me that detail.
Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector testimony.
Of course, I know this.
You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon.
Cross-examination.
Cross-examination in this game, as they will explain here, works much differently than in the Ace Attorney games.
Oh, really?
You will see what I mean.
Interesting.
Pretty sure it mentions the proper things that you need to press in your guide, but you will see what I mean when I say it's different.
Alright. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. Judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select the statement to question.
So yeah, you cannot just do like Phoenix Wright and just press every statement.
I was like, hold it! And all that.
You can't just do hold it on every statement. You actually have to try to go with the right one. If I remember right, the guide might actually correct me on this. You want to actually talk about the blood on her paw.
Interesting. I was wondering.
Is this what the guide says?
No, but I was wondering if because he doesn't know about this, so I'm saying, why the hell not? Inspector, did you say Dummy Cat had blood on her paws?
Correct. Blood come from her fur, like guilt to convict.
Whose blood was it actually? Whose blood was it?
Ha! What a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course.
I can be so sure.
I checked. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Gab Caroline Pals could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Just, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless
Oh,
questions.
shut up, you stupid rabbit.
I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille?
I do, actually. I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cat's paws have nothing to do with the murder.
This is foolish time wasting, Falcon.
I got it.
If the blood on Dame Caroline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from?
It's simple. It came from the steak.
Yep, I believe you're right.
On the evening of the murder, Dame Cat then ate a bloody rare steak.
Is this true, Monsieur Remington? In a matter of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu.
Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak?
Well... Wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No!
Pretty convinced. He gained a little favor with the jury. Oh, sweet. So, Inspector Validity, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater?
Hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Caroline is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal.
Yeah, that though, there's a problem with that.
Yep, you already figured it out, I'm pretty sure. How
Yeah.
could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws, which shows good manners?
Oh, that's a good question. Or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from what that particular banquet. Something that forced demigods to eat with their paws. The silverware was taken, actually.
Yep.
Demigods was forced to eat steak with their paws because the silverware of the household has been previously stolen.
Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rogueux residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happens, Baron Rogueux approached us about this very subject last night. Ah!
What a twist! You get a little favor with the twist.
What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic fact in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you that I am the most true investigative officer on the force. Then it's amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Eh. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine. So be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready? Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robitio Robinho, the, photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Robitio Robinho, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could witness please introduce yourself for the court record? As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I'm the great Monsieur Robitio Robinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste, tu es une pipe. You may have seen my works in hip magazine Le Brochet or C'est Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like.
What on earth is a tweet?
Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already.
Twitter. Ugh. I had Facebook and now we have Twitter. God damn it.
Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Robinho, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was arrived by Baron Rogueux to capture the evening's event. I arrived at 7 in the morning. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph.
Let me correct you on that. 7 in the evening.
That's what I said.
No,
I'm
you said
sure.
no. You said at 7 in the morning.
Whatever. It's at 7 at the thing. There it is. Then I billed Baron Rogueux and left. Like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Rogueux, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Seigneur Courtois de Miard, the father of the defendant, Dame Caroline. And finally, we see the housemaid, Colline Duhaut, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Caroline Damiard. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree?
Just a moment, Monsieur Rapiton. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point.
Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subject, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30.
Huh. Have I...
You may have noticed something strange about that sentence.
Right,
Now,
right
why is
there.
that time significant? Well, as Inspector Volerty told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Caroline herself. Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different from the one we borrowed from Robinho's studio.
I see it too. I also see something else too. Our photograph shows Galindo Halt, Damecat, and Signor Portour. Yeah. But Monsieur Robino's photograph shows Baron Ragu where Damecat should be standing. If you assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way.
Should just slam that evidence down. Be like, bam, inconsistency. This whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed.
Take that! I can't do that.
Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with it.
No, I mean I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it at Monsieur Rubino will ask how he acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. Yeah, true. In the worst case scenario, I could lose my legal license and we would be arrested for theft.
Oh, well, we don't want that.
No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. The defense will proceed. It's a waste of time if you ask me. Photograph are rock solid evidence.
The photograph,
I actually don't remember exactly which one it is.
This is 7 p.m. camera, photograph, and... But the photograph, though, is the big picture, though. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. And no, it's not a fucking joke to a song from Nickelback.
Oh
Look at this photograph. Yeah, there, I said it. Why is it black and white? Well, this game is black and white, so what the fuck? I see a mistake in the photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubino, photographs aren't a direct reflection of reality, are they not?
That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room to bias or inaccuracies.
That is most curious, because I see a mistake.
A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, monsieur. The camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photograph it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific.
Certainly. Okay, that's the clock. The fucking clock.
Yeah.
The clock in this photograph. There is something not right about it.
Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates its client.
Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabiton. I have evidence that there is something wrong with the clock in that picture. The clock hands.
Yep. There's no hands.
The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6.
That much is self-evident.
Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau has no hands.
It has no hands?
The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Ragu, Monsieur, or his housemaid if you have any doubts. Monsieur Rubino? How do you explain this? discrepancy?
I I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless.
There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that it does not exist in the real world.
Maybe there was an error in the printing process.
And enter precisely where the clock's hand should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Romero, edited this photograph.
It edited?
I'm not an expert, but I suspect that you use paint or ink to carefully put hands on the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. Or one could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph, just to simplify the editing process.
I I Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing?
Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rumbino created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who was the witness protecting, and why? Was Monsieur Rumbino conjured, bribed, threatened?
Coerced.
Coerced. I can't read the words, I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna get scolded for that. Fucking commenters. Enough silence. Let's hear some answers. Monsieur?
Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? Confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No, no, no. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photograph. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. And yes, that included adding hands to the clock.
You were ordered? By whom?
I I dare not say. Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear this clause more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names.
The claws. Well, that's a dead giveaway.
His claws! Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs.
Uh, Getting a little favor with the jury.
So the clocks and were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photographs still depict Dame Caroline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant.
Don't be tense, Monsieur Rabiton. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence.
Why not? It's still a portrait of the night's event.
Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that the other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Cat was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for.
So what are you saying, Falcon? That the houseman paid off the photographer? Or was it Seigneur Pourtois de Miao, perhaps?
I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means of motive. And it wouldn't make sense for Seigneur Pourtois to implicate his own daughter.
Well, sure, you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Regueux deliberately tried to frame Dame Caroline.
Exactly, that is exactly what I'm thinking.
Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of a community. He would never do such a thing.
Monsieur Rabiton, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However...
Mayhaps I should offer my opinion.
Oh, we're just talking about
Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with discussioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good, and I trust that the defense has no objections.
No, no objections here.
Fantastic! Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Oh, okay. Baron Ruger, on a night, and then the initial dinner went magnificent. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Caroline followed behind him moments later. Senator Courtois, Monsieur Robineau, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Caroline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from here.
I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Do you doubt my integrity, Garson?
I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron.
Very well then, aid me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Regueux, am an honest man. The defense will proceed with the cross-examination.
Hit me with your best shot.
I think it's garden that you want to press on?
I think so too. Baron, when we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves. When was the last time you visited? Baron Ruger, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden?
As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years.
Years, you say?
Indeed.
That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny.
Oh, and why is that?
Because we have hard evidence that you visited the garden recently.
Hold the dash. My world is gold. Show me the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been found in my garden.
Hard evidence. Let me show you this hard evidence. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin, right beside where the murder occurred.
A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody. And prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnant of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there is a perfectly reasonable explanation.
I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But as it happened, a cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that can only be accessed with great inconvenience.
And a little battling.
Thanks to you. A cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden.
There are any number of possible explanations.
Are there? Because I only can think of one. That is, that you, Baron Ruger, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities.
Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be?
You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Ruger, murdered
There's
Monsieur
that corner
Grenouille.
music.
That is that you were trying to keep hidden. Oh, this is it?
It's pretty much the corner music for this game, yep.
Oh, sweet.
Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motive, or opportunity.
No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Rabbiton. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rogueux as the prime subject. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Getting a frog belly would be trivial to him. And Monsieur Rabbiton confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws.
Ridiculous! I would never threaten a man with violence.
On a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2.
That is preposterous.
Finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet at a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To the bloody hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of the handless clock to make it for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said.
Prosecutor, are just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested. Say something. Object. Oh, you're pitifully useless.
After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at that crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Couture de Mio, since that he would ensure that total control over this railway company. Alas, Damicat was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised.
This is an outrage! Judge, I demand that you dispose this ranting lunatic!
No, there's only one outrage here. That is, a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind.
How dare you, Garçon? The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist.
No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs.
You incredulous whelp! I ought to cut you right here and now, like a damn frog! Could someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, my honor. Let's go, man. To the conciergerie with you.
Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of event. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Inspector speaking, to be honest, no. Then I shall now confer with the member of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animal of the course please be patient in this time.
Fucking, that was pretty incredible.
Thank you. I just hope it was enough.
What do you mean?
Just prove Caroline is innocent.
We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure.
I'm not sure that would, interpret a not guilty verdict. Sparrowson? I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system.
What's that?
I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Damicat's innocence. All I've done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty.
I'm not sure that I understand the difference.
Yeah, this is not gonna really help.
We have reached a decision.
Yeah, this is...
In light of the recent revelation, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Caroline Damiao, to be
Probably guilty here. Oh, not
not
guilty.
guilty.
Oh, yeah.
Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it!
Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we?
We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon.
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both.
I'll go get one of the bottle of wine
And 3 of our least dirty glasses.
These dirty gla-
You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, it was nothing.
I very much like the way that you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything, Sprout said, and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there is no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh wow, I thought the goody-goody thing but as an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you.
Hmm.
I murdered Monsieur Grenouille.
Mm-hmm. Son of a gun.
I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand?
Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogo's cigar butt hidden in the garden.
Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose I was putting too much faith in the brain of Paris' finest.
The Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho photographed what they did.
It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinho to paint me over Baron Regueil and to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole province who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me.
I think you should leave.
Fine, so much for celebrations. Here's the payment for your service, straight from my papa's pocket. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowson. So yeah,
Hmm. Then we just got paid 50. Or no,
Falcon,
40.
what do we do now? Falcon?
Mm.
and this is how Act 1 ends.
Wow.
So yeah, she was actually guilty all this time, but I don't think there's actually any ways to prevent this.
Yeah. That sucks. That's kind of a turn of events right there. A turnabout,
Yeah.
as Phoenix Wright would say.
Yeah. So basically, you pretty much had a Madden guard situation, but you actually defended to the end
Son of a gun.
without actually knowing, however.
Yeah. Which sucks.
Because all this time, Falcon thought she's clearly innocent. She
Huh?
wasn't.
Oh, fucking bitch is a liar. She's a murderer. Well, that was Act 1. And we'll go to Act 2 next time. Later, everybody.
Goodbye.